are untouchable. We are unstoppable, and we are undisputed.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new playset review. Today we have from Extreme Sets the Backstage Zone A pop-up. I finally picked up a brand new backstage area for photography for the pic fed whenever it makes its comeback, and for whenever I review action figures, so I'm very excited to have this. It was really time for an upgrade before I missed out on the modern backstage and actually had the classic one. So this one will have much more of a modern look than my videos in the past, which I'm very excited for, and this one is supposed to be miles better. I've seen several reviews on it, I know plenty of my friends have it, so it's finally time for me to bite the bullet and pick this thing up. Taking a look at the package here, you sort of get a preview. I believe one of the walls are very, very similar to this, you know, with a door and the signs and all this stuff. You get a little bit of a preview window. You can see how big it is there, and just a little bit of a preview of what exactly one of the walls are going to look like. And then otherwise, if you spin it onto the back and flip it upside down, you can see where you can follow Extreme Sets there at the bottom, and they have their big logo here at the top. So let's go ahead and take this thing out of the box right now. So I believe we can just open it from one of the sides here. If we pop this tab open, slide this part of the box, and come on. Oh, I see stuff pulling out here. Alright, it's not going to want to fall out, so we're just going to have to take everything out. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Alright guys, so I kind of just went through everything and organized it a little bit, but we'll take a look at all the different sections, and then there's actually some little accessories that this thing comes with, so that's pretty cool. But starting things off with the different wall sections, this first one's just a basic brick layout. We get a few signs over here, and there's like an air vent on the top there, but it's pretty nice. This is probably the most basic one. Moving on to the next one here, this one does have a door on it, and the cool part about this one compared to the old backstage ones is that the doors actually will like open. You just kind of gotta bend them a little bit, and then the door will open and close. So that is pretty neat. It's a nice little added feature. But we get more signs over here, and we got all sorts of like wall fixtures and air vents, and we got this little light over the door. There's all sorts of just fixtures, and I love this. This section looks great. It's got the locker room door, so we can put that with our locker room pop-up if we want to. Lots of great options for this part. And up next, we've got this one that has the office door. Then we get all sorts of production locations, different parts of the arena that the superstars would have to go to. And we get more signs there. There's like a fire alarm, all this wiring, all this cool stuff. It really does look very realistic. Up next, we've got this one that's supposed to be like a garage door. I guess it would lead out to the parking lot or something like that, but this big metal door looks very, very nice. We've had similar ones in the other two backstage pop-ups, I believe. And finally, we get this one that has a double swinging door, which does open as well. I'm gonna have to bend them into place once we set this thing actually up, but this is the last wall section. Next up, we have this interviewing area. The floor does pop out from it, as you can see, so we get this nice sort of curtain look with the lights in the back, and there is actually some added accessories that we'll take a look at that go along with that. And another thing that's great versus the last backstage setup is this one actually does have like floor pieces. So I believe this one's just like your basic floor tiles. And here we do get this other one that has this sort of thing that would like go on top of wires. I'm not sure exactly what you want to call those. And then we do have another section that's exactly the same as that one. And then as mentioned before, there are some accessories that go along with it. We get these like little dividers sort of pieces that like go beside the interviewing area. I'll show you guys how to put these together once I figure it out. And then we do get several of these storage containers. We got one similar in the last backstage sort of setup. Here's mine. But we have this one that looks a lot bigger. This is a bigger black one. We have two smaller sort of ones. I guess they kind of have a different color variation than the last, just like basic black. This one has like blue or red added to it. And then we get this larger dark blue one, and finally this larger red one. For those of you who aren't too familiar with how to put these things together, it's very, very easy. One side's going to have these two like prong things, and the other side is going to have slots for them to fold into. So you basically just have to fold this portion to the side so that the holes are accessible. And then you take your other wall section and you just insert them into the holes, and it should slide together very easily. Maybe not too easily the first time, but there you go. As you can see, they just pop together, and then you can fold it and bend it in whatever way you want. So I'm going to go ahead and put a setup together, and then we will take a look at it. Alright guys, here you can see this little setup that I ended up doing. We've got the floors laid down, all of the walls. So the beauty with this is that you can just set it up in whatever sort of fashion that you want, whatever way you want your arena to work. So that is really, really cool. I'm sure I'm going to end up changing mine around a lot, but you can see we got the locker room right there, then this sort of hallway that leads down to the garage door. We got the double doors here, and then if you come around the corner, I've got the office set up, and then this is where my interviewing area is going to be. You can see I've already set up a bunch of the storage containers, and then I set up one of these things because I'm going to show you guys how to do this one right now. Alright, so your pop-up will include 2 different style accessories. We have these divider sort of things for the interviewing area, and then a whole bunch of these storage crates. I actually went ahead and put all the containers together. I was just a little bit excited, so I just took this one apart so I could show you guys again. So basically, once you get this thing out of the package, it'll actually look like completely flat, but the first step is to like pop it out so you can actually fold it together, and then it's quite easy. You just pop the tabs in, fold this tab down, and then it will slide in relatively easy, and then you just do the exact same thing on this side, and there you go. There is your storage container, and you can put these all over the place in your backstage area, use them as weapons, have superstars jump off of them. There's tons of options for these things. And as for the interview set divider things, they're very easy. You just have to like fold them outwards, and then they will stand up on their own. Alright guys, so I set up a few figures just to give you an idea of some of the stuff you can do. So over here we have got Seth Rollins being interviewed in the interviewing area. We've got Randy Orton, who has just jumped the Intercontinental Champion at Finn Balor. If you look down there, it looks like Shane McMahon is coming out of the office. We got the Usos here, either yelling at Randy Orton, about to jump him, or about to drop the hottest rap album of 2019. Over here we got Cedric Alexander telling The Miz just how good his hamburger was. We've got Samoa Joe walking through here all menacingly, a man on a mission. We've got Kevin Owens attacking Kofi Kingston, powerbombing him on this production set. And then way down at the end there, we've got AJ Styles all by himself trying to get in his zone right before his big matchup. But yeah, it's really great. You get lots of options here. I'm not sure if you can combine it with other sets. Yeah, I can now confirm no, because the classic Backstage set is a lot smaller, so I imagine the modern one is too. But maybe I'll still find a use for this. I've got my old sort of locker room set up on the end of my table there, so maybe if I get rid of that, I can push this thing down and maybe like have this as like a hallway on the other side of the interviewing area. Oh, sorry, Mr. Interviewer Man. But overall, you get tons of options with this playset. I really do recommend it, guys. This is gonna do it for today's video. I'm very excited to use this in my future videos. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this whole setup here. And until next time, I'll see you guys. Well, it doesn't even want to focus. But I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.